Team Ninja is one of the most criminally underrated developers in gaming. While most studios have spent the last decade playing it safe, chasing trends, dropping the same game with slightly better graphics, Team Ninja has been quietly building one of the most impressive catalogs in the industry, with consistent quality, creative risks, technical mastery, and a sadistic commitment to difficulty that I genuinely respect. And somehow, they still don't get the recognition they deserve. People know them, but nobody talks about Team Ninja the way they talk about From Software or Capcom. Team Ninja's reputation was built on Ninja Gaiden, specifically the first two games. They are masterpieces of action game design, brutally difficult, technically demanding, absolutely uncompromising in their vision. These weren't games that held your hand, they kicked your teeth in and dared you to get better. The combat was lightning fast, enemies were relentless. Boss fights were genuinely challenging in ways most modern games are terrified to even attempt. You couldn't button mash. You couldn't cheese your way through encounters. You had to learn, adapt, master the systems. And when everything finally clicked was so perfect, there was nothing else like it. Pure kinetic joy. The satisfaction of genuine mastery. Then came Ninja Gaiden 3. It was a lesson in what happens when you compromise your vision trying to appeal to everyone. With simplified combat, easier difficulty, and it pleased nobody. The core fans hated it. New players didn't care. But here's what I respect. Team Ninja learned from it. They didn't give up on difficulty. They didn't abandon their philosophy. They doubled down on exactly what made them special. 2017's Nioh was Team Ninja's redemption. Their statement that they remembered who they were and what they did best. Nioh took the Souls-like formula dominating action gaming and completely adapted it with the speed and technical precision of Ninja Gaiden. The key pulse system alone is brilliant. Stamina management isn't passive. You actively recover it by timing button presses perfectly. It transforms resource management from a limitation into a form of skill expression. Then you've got the stance system. High, mid, low. Each one completely changing how your weapons behave, and you're expected to swap between them mid-combat. And the loot system on top of that. Hundreds of weapons, stat optimization, build variety that lets you approach encounters in genuinely different ways. Some people found it overwhelming. I found it addictive. Nioh 2 then perfected the formula. Added yokai abilities, burst counters, even more build variety, expanded weapon movesets. Took everything that worked and made it better without losing what made the original special. And these games are punishing, make no mistake, but they're fair. When you die, it's because you messed up. And that fairness is exactly what makes the difficulty satisfying rather than frustrating. But what impresses me is what Team Ninja did next. They didn't just immediately make Nioh 3. They experimented, tried different things, pushed themselves creatively. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin dropped in 2022, and the memes were relentless. The edgelord dialogue became a joke almost instantly. The story was genuinely terrible. Characters saying the most ridiculous things with complete sincerity. But here's what people missed while they were laughing at the cutscenes. The gameplay is phenomenal, properly deep. A job system with dozens of classes, combo possibilities, build variety that rivals anything they'd done before. The combat was technical, challenging, and incredibly satisfying. I don't care that the story was nonsense. I don't care that the main character was an edgelord parody. The actual moment-to-moment experience of playing it was brilliant. Then came Wolong Fallen Dynasty in 2023, Chinese Three Kingdoms setting. Team Ninja's first proper venture outside Japanese history, and the entire combat system was built around one mechanic. Parrying, perfect deflections, reading enemy attacks and countering with precision timing. It was their most focused combat system yet, less about build variety and weapon choice. More about pure execution and timing, but some people found that limiting. The whole game was built around that mechanic. When you're flowing through encounters, parrying perfectly, countering with devastating attacks, it feels incredible. Wolong proved Team Ninja could iterate on their own formula, focus on different aspects of combat, and still create something that felt fresh while maintaining their core identity. 2024 brought Rise of the Ronin, Team Ninja's first open-world game, their most ambitious project by a distance, and definitely their most divisive. Rise of the Ronin is messy, there's no denying that. The story and faction system feel shallow. Visually it's not stunning, technically it has issues. But here's what I respect about it. Team Ninja tried something genuinely new. They didn't just make Nioh but open world. They built systems around player choice, historical accuracy, multiple playstyles, and the core gameplay is still excellent, still technical, still demanding precision and mastery, and I genuinely believe it taught Team Ninja crucial lessons about scope, structure, and what actually works in their design philosophy. It was an experiment, not entirely successful. Then January 2025 brought the announcement of Ninja Gaiden 4, co-developed with Platinum Games, the series returning after a decade. And alongside that, we got Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. These are not their primary project, but the fact they're involved at all shows they genuinely care about the IP across every expression of it. And then we got Nioh 3. And honestly, This is where everything comes together. All those years of experimentation, all those risks, they weren't random. Rise of the Ronin taught them open-world design. Stranger of Paradise gave them the class system and build variety. Wo Long sharpened their parry mechanics into something precise and brutal. Every single one of those projects, even the messy ones, even the ones people wrote off, fed directly into this. And the result is arguably one of the best Souls-likes ever made. Maybe the best Team Ninja has ever released. What they've built here is fast, technical, and deeply rewarding in ways that are genuinely hard to put into words. Team Ninja is one of the most talented, original, consistently excellent developers in gaming. They keep pushing the limits. They refuse to compromise. They demand excellence from themselves and from their players. And I genuinely cannot wait to see what they do next.